Francisco. Can he be the game winner? Oh, he can he? Yes!
You know that there's drama in every round of the Euroleague, let alone in one with 6 games on Thursday night. We have to start in Lithuania, where Paris were looking to end all hopes of Žalgiris' play-in push. And they were on track to do so, as the Parisians went into halftime up by 16 after completely dominating in the first half of basketball.
Nice feed, Jan Toon, and thank you very much, Colin Malcolm.
Žalgiris were in big trouble, as things seemed to have been decided by the end of the second period. However, if we can take something away from this season, it's that you never know what you can get out of one half of Žalgiris basketball. That usually goes both ways, as the Lithuanians started picking up the level of play in the third after a miserable first half. Sylvain Francisco, who had been scoreless in the first, flipped the switch and sparked a 15-0 Žalgiris run to start the second half. All of a sudden, by the start of the fourth, we had a 1-point game in Paris' favor. However, the momentum was all about Žalgiris.
Yes, he can now. Hangs it up there. The alley-oop, Barutis says thank you very much.
It all came down to the wire in the fourth. Žalgiris were pushing for the lead, but Paris wasn't willing to go down just yet. Žalgiris managed to jump to a 10-point lead with 6 minutes remaining. And just when you thought that they would run away with it, Paris reconsolidated, and in the blink of an eye, they were back within reach.
Goes for the jumper, comes up short. Efi, yeah, every time. Efi will send it in the corner for Jantuna to tie it up.
This is Euroleague royalty behind me, and I'm always tuned in to every team with Euroleague TV. I can watch up to 4 games live or catch the replays anytime I want. And you can join me by clicking the link in the description and typing code HEATCHECK15 for 15% off your first year of subscription. It all came down to the last minute of action, as both teams needed to remain perfect in order to win this one. Žalgiris did their part, but when it was time for Paris to answer, they left too many chances on the table. After missing 2 free throws and a game-tying layup, TJ Shorts managed to convert another 2 free throws to bring the game back to 0. However, when you don't use your cards right, you may be dealt a hand you never wish to hold.
Oh, he can he? Yes! 2.2 ticks left, Sylvain Francisco!
This was a big stunner for Paris. If they had managed to maintain the lead in the second half, they would have been sitting at a 17-12 record. And with both Monaco and Crvena Zvezda failing to close down their games, the Parisians would have been sitting at the 5th spot instead of 7th. Speaking of Zvezda, they had a tied game in the Belgrade arena with 3 minutes remaining. However, instead of picking up the energy from the fans and deciding the game in the last possessions, we had a 3-minute scoreless drought. It was not pretty at all, as both teams couldn't make a basket to save their lives. However, when it mattered the most, Siobhan Shields rose to the occasion and delivered for Milano.
Drives, goes and gets the bucket, Siobhan Shields.
In the other game in Belgrade, Monaco was looking victorious with a minute and a half remaining. They were up by 4 and were leading throughout most of the game, so it seemed like a hard-fought win was upon them. That could not have been further from the truth, as Maccabi went on a 7-0 run in the last possessions of the game to go up by 3. Things were far from decided, as it was now Monaco's turn to answer.
To James, the three-pointer to tie! Off the back iron! Rebound Williams! And Maccabi Tel Aviv hangs on for the upset victory!
A huge third straight win for Maccabi, as Monaco dropped yet another important game on the road. Despite missing the playoffs, Maccabi continued to play with pride in the Euroleague, and that's exactly what Alba Berlin did in their first game under new coach Pedro Calles. Alba hadn't won a game since November. However, the new coach effect took over for them in this one. Despite Baskonia opening the game strong, Alba didn't fold one bit. Instead, they remained focused throughout the entire game, which is something we haven't seen much of this season. Baskonia is an experienced squad themselves and didn't crack from Alba's pressure. The show was on, as we were up for a big fight for Berlin.
Baker with the rebound, his numbers, and the jam out on the break.
Alba played picture-perfect team basketball at the start of the second half, as they jumped to a 9-point lead in the third. Baskonia tried to come back in the game, and despite having a run or two of their own, they simply couldn't dethrone Alba, as the Albatrosses were looking too good in this one, jumping to a 16-point lead with 5 minutes left, which was more than enough to secure the home victory. Alba did their part, and the result followed, as it did for both Fenerbahce and Real Madrid, who managed to knock down Asvel and Virtus Bologna respectively. Both Fener and Real did so without breaking too much sweat, as they completely outplayed their opponent in round 29. That's it for this one, but the Euroleague saga continues. For more videos like this, check out this one right here. Talk to you in the next one. Peace out.